Hello foodies, I hope you all are doing perfectly fine. Today I share with you this puff puff recipe called sardine puff puff. It is such a delicious snack and with few ingredients you will achieve this delicious puff puff. Without wasting too much of your time, here is what it looks like. Delicious, fluffy on the inside with delicious sardine and then just lovely on the outside. So to begin with this sardine puff puff recipe, I'll get a tin of sardines. I'll open the can and pour all the content inside a bowl. After this, I'll get a spoon and transfer the fish from one bowl to another bowl, as can be seen in the video. After I do this, I'll mash the fish lightly and then I'll set it aside. Now it's time for the other ingredients. I'll get a big bowl. I'll pour 2 cups of all-purpose flour inside that bowl. Then I'll proceed to add 4 tablespoons of sugar. You can use more or less depending on how sweet you want your snack to be. I'd add 1 teaspoon salt and also set this aside. It's time for the wet ingredients. Inside a bowl of lukewarm water, I'd add 1 teaspoon sugar and 1 tablespoon yeast or 7-gram yeast. I'll mix very well till it combines. Then I'll cover that bowl and allow the yeast to activate. To know if the yeast has activated, it's going to be foamy, just as you can see. Now I'll pour the yeast into my bowl of flour and add 1 cup and a quarter cup of water. I'll mix very well to incorporate air and to ensure that there are no lumps in the puff puff batter. Then I'll get a cling film to cover it properly. If your bowl has a lid, that's fine as well. Just cover it with your lid. After I cover, I'll keep it in a warm area and allow the batter to rise for 1 hour. This is what it looks like after 1 hour. The batter has doubled. Now, with my hands, properly cleaned hands, take notes, my hands are washed. I'll put 1 hand in the batter and just mix it very well to remove the air from it. It's time to cook. For this recipe, I am going to be very generous with the cooking oil. So I'll pour enough cooking oil inside my pan and allow it to get very hot. To test the hotness of the oil, I'll put a small batter of puff puff inside the cooking oil. Then I'll wait to see how quickly it floats to the top. For this first one, it didn't float to the top quickly. It took about 2 minutes, so the oil is not hot enough. To test it again, I'll put another small one. And with this second one, it floated quickly, it was quite faster than the first one. And this is my cue to put in more butter because now the oil is hot enough and ready to be used for frying. I'll put a little bit of the sardine in the puff puff mixture or puff puff mix and with my hands lightly mold it into the puff puff batter. Then I'll put it in the oil. This is the first method of making sardine puff puff. The second method is to pour all the sardine in the bowl inside the puff puff mix, and then with my hands I'll mix everything up very well to incorporate the sardine and the puff puff mix together. Now that is incorporated, I have gone ahead to put everything or to put a sizable amount in the cooking oil for frying. Although I didn't show you this part, but after frying this first batch, I'll show you how I did it when frying the second batch. Here is my sardine puff puff, properly fried and ready to be scooped out of the hot oil to, taste or to just set aside and wait for it to cool down. While this is happening, I need to let you know that one other thing should be happening. You should be liking this video. Of course, if you leave a comment, yeah, lovely. And then subscribe because that is why I'm here and I post new videos every week. Lovely, right? Yes. Now I'll proceed to put in more puff puff mix in the hot oil. And one thing you would notice is as soon as it enters the hot oil, it floats almost immediately. This is to say that the oil is hot enough and that I have enough oil for frying. Without enough oil, here is what would happen. When puff puff does not have a generous amount of oil to enable it float, it becomes flat and it absorbs too much oil. But in this case, the oil is hot enough, the quantity of the oil is generous enough. So it gives the puff puff room to float immediately and fry very well, and also have a lovely, attractive, ballish texture or shape. After frying for about 3 minutes, I'll turn it to the other side to get the other side to fry as well. And sometimes I need to let you know this. Sometimes when trying to turn your puff puff, there are some puff puff balls that will not turn. If you turn it this way, it goes back the other way. If you turn it again, it goes back the other way. Not to worry, it's still going to be properly cooked on the inside. And after frying both sides for about 5 minutes on medium heat, then you can scoop it out. One other cooking hack for this recipe is when the oil is very hot, just like this, it is okay to turn the heat down to medium. The reason why it's okay to do this is because the oil is already very hot. So even if the heat is on medium, it's still going to make the oil hot enough to fry the puff puff without any fear of having a soggy puff puff, a flat puff puff, or puff puff that generally doesn't look attractive. I mean, take a look at what you can see in this video. This puff puff is looking very attractive, very nice, and it is ready to be enjoyed. Feel free to fry your puff puff for more time if you like it to attain a darker color. It just depends on your preference. Now my puff puff is ready, and I'll proceed to scoop it out of the hot oil into my basket. There are so many puff puff recipes, and this recipe on how to make puff puff is worth the try. It is nice and it is easy to make at home. So the next time you have a tin of sardine and you're wondering, oh, which sardine recipe can I try? Well, feel free to try sardine puff puff. I'll put the oil to one side. I'll get the puff puff right in front of you so you can see what we have just made together. Take a look at it. It's so attractive. It's very, very hot, and I'm thinking of how to cut it open for you to see, but I've decided to go ahead and do it because I need you to see exactly what's inside. Remember, I said all you need to do is to trust this process and watch this recipe to the end, and you will get a very good outcome. As you can see, the puff puff is very, very hot, but once again, I want to show you. So I'm just trying to get one from, the first batch I made earlier. Take a look at it. It's so bouncy and nice. Till I post my next video. Bye.